management of Radio DHODIS. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
जब हमारे परिवार के बुजुर्गों की सेहत और देखभाल की बात होती है तो घर पर इन होम केयर वाला ऑप्शन सबसे बढ़िया है। ऑनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या ऑनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी। ऑनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत को अपना प्रायोरिटी बना लिया है। और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें। That's 1855-308-0195. After months of screen time and no play dates, the Children's Discovery Museum is open for Purple Play Days of Summer. It's time to rediscover the wonder. Climb on the fire engine, splash around in the waterworks, blow bubbles, and scale the tree climber in Bill's backyard. Oodles of hands-on arts and culture, STEM, health, and nature-themed exhibits await your family. The Giant Purple Museum is open every day, Wednesday through Sunday. Reservations are required at cdm.org. That's cdm.org.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's Good Morning
Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार,
वनकम,
नमस्कारा,
खुशामदीद,
सलाम अलैकुम,
सत श्री अकाल,
మీకందరికీ వందనము,
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण,
जय जनेंद्र।
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं या अली मदद।
मौला अली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मतलब बोल गए नीसा बोला बंदजान, हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारा। मैं से फालतू बाबा
And of course myself फालतू रानी लेकर आपके लिए एक और ड्राइव टाइम that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बन जानी।
That's right, Banjan. Of course, let me remind you that actually on June 15th, we actually came out of the tier system which we had, so no longer sheltering in place. यहाँ तक कि mask mandate भी उठ गया, लेकिन Banjan अभी तो वापस आ गया ना। Actually, the COVID situation has not left us as yet, Banjan. So a word of caution to everybody out there: please make sure you're vaccinated. It seems that people who are vaccinated have a better resilience towards surviving this particular virus. Banjan, symptoms तो रहेंगी, sometimes symptoms भी नहीं रहेगी because you could be asymptomatic, but you might still carry the virus. That's why they suggest masking is going to be something like a norm right now. Yes, all those mask manufacturers, आपकी तो definitely दिवाली होने वाली है, ईद भी होने वाली है, because we are much in need of those things right now. And yes, if you don't have the PPEs along with you, you can always contact organizations like Pragnya who can actually give you the PPEs. They can actually hand it out to you guys if at all you wanted them. All you got to do is contact Pragnya on pragnya.org, message them, email them, contact them on Facebook, email, whichever way you want to do. If you want to email them, it's info@pragnya.org, or if you want to contact us, we'd be happy to forward you to them for sure. Media Mahima also has PPE kits we can hand out to people, so if you want something, give us a call. We do have a supply of these things which we can give to the community for sure. So for that, you got to send us a message. If you're on Facebook, send us a message on Facebook and come and can pick it up from our office for sure. We'd be happy to share what we have with us, those little. And right now, let me tell you, it's time for us to go take a look at what's happening on the roads. Oh, so Pele, welcoming our bandhus on Facebook. Welcome everybody out there, everybody from here and everywhere around the world. Bandujan, thank you so much for actually giving us encouragement, tuning into our shows. They're wonderful for you guys, and we'll promise to give you some information which is going to be valuable for the day. And abhi ke liye Bandujan, a quick look at what's happening with the roads. Lete hain raste ka haal total saste mein.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Well, Bandujan, most of the congestion is somehow seeming to be towards the north or the east. Bandujan, residual delays on 80 eastbound at the 580 west of Makata Maze in Oakland. Bandujan, all lanes are seem to be open, but there's slow traffic over there. Speaking of slow traffic and sluggish traffic, Bandujan, 680 southbound south of the Stone Valley Road in Alamo. Senate divide is affected because of this. Is something like a backlog, or the huge backlog I'm seeing, which is extending for at least on 3-4 exits per region. Yes, all the way from Black Hawk all the way to Danville, and everything is like totally blocked in that region. Now south and north, exactly, it's both ways actually, and a severe traffic alert has been issued in the 580 eastbound westbound Fruitville Avenue side in Oakland. That's pretty much what I told you is happening pretty much in the east and north part of it, congestions. South Bay is pretty much light, except for an accident which is reported recently right now on Hamilton Avenue on 17th Marjan in Campbell. It doesn't seem to be affecting lanes though. Well, I don't know. The CHP says it actually seems to affect the lanes, but cameras doesn't show that the lanes are affected. It seems that traffic is smooth over there, Marjan. So South Bay may, of course, towards San Jose, Santa Clara, keep it to know. Normally incidents report for you guys. That's a good thing. Whatever happening is happening towards the north and the east, Marjan. So that way we've got to thank our stars now, right? But right now, Marjan, let's quickly take a look at what's happening. The weather, weather-wise, it's got kind of cloudy right now. Yes, it seems cloudy. I actually thought it was going to rain this morning, Fathwani.
Yeah.
But actually it didn't. It's not going to rain, I believe.
Oh, it looks cloudy outside though,
yeah,
right?
it does, because it's like, it seems like October already to me. I don't know about you.
We're getting into fall.
Yeah, we're getting into fall.
September.
But the thing is, we're still in August though.
Oh, that's true, actually.
We're still in August. We still have a couple of weeks to go. It's really crazy how the weather is changing. It's not going to be too hot today, but of course, yes. Probably you must have to start layering up starting now itself, because it's going to be the highest of mid-70s.
Yes.
Yeah, and lowest 60s probably. So if you're getting out in the morning for your jogs or hike and so on, if you do that, probably it's better to layer up. And what is the thing? It's called a wind sheet, is it? It's called? It's like a light kind of jacket. It's like a waterproof kind of a thing.
It's not windbreakers, right? Are they called
windbreakers? What we did yesterday, Fathwani. Hey, Vijay, now let me do this. I'm going to do this. We are now heading into our segments where we're going to talk about the news. So, Fathwani, what do you have as news for our bandhus today?
There's a whole bunch of news items, Altubaba, that that we have to share. But let me give you some quick headlines. The U.S. senators are girding for CBO analysis of the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Should I go into the news in detail also?
Sure, why not? Just do it.
A $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill on Thursday faces its biggest test of this week's U.S. Senate debate when the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office delivers its judgment on whether the measure fulfills a promise of not adding to Washington's budget deficits. Negotiators on the bill, which would fund construction projects ranging from road and bridge repairs to expanding broadband internet service, have argued that its $550 billion in new spending was being financed in large part by transferring money from existing programs. A judge orders the United States to respond to the CDC eviction ban challenge by Friday. U.S. District Judge Dabney Friedrich ordered the U.S. Justice Department to respond by 9 a.m. Friday. The Alabama Association of Realtors and others said that an emergency filing late Wednesday that the CDC had issued the new order for nakedly political reasons to ease the political pressure, shift the blame to the courts for ending the moratorium, and use litigation delays to achieve a policy objective. The White House official defended the revised order as a new targeted eviction moratorium focused on counties with high or substantial coronavirus case rates. More than 15 million people in 6.5 million U.S. households are currently behind on rental payments, according to a study by the Aspen Institute and the COVID-19 Eviction Defense Project, collectively owing more than $20 billion to landlords. Now, in fact, Bandhujan, there is increasing number of COVID-19 cases across the United States, and right now in the US, we have hit a 6-month high in terms of COVID cases. The United States hit a 6-month high for new COVID cases, with over 100,000 infections being reported yesterday, according to a Reuters tally, as the Delta variant ravages areas where people did not get vaccinated. The country is reporting 94,000 1,819 cases on a 7-day average, a five-fold increase in less than a month, Reuters data through Wednesday showed. The 7-day average provides the most accurate picture of how fast cases are rising, since some states only report infections once a week or only on weekdays. So, in the coming weeks, cases could double to 200,000 per day due to the highly contagious Delta variant, said top U.S. infectious diseases expert Dr. Anthony Fauci yesterday. And case races, Florida is actually grappling with a huge surge, and so is Louisiana. They've seen an exponential increase in the number of cases that are being reported there. And obviously, in light of all that, now the White House has confirmed today that it is considering requiring foreign visitors to be vaccinated as it plans to eventually reopen international travel, but said that it has not made a final decision yet and was not immediately going to lift restrictions. White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Jeff Zients confirmed an interagency working group which will be developing plans that foreign nationals may need to have some type of a vaccine requirement. He emphasized the White House has made no final decision on vaccine requirements and said that there is only one path that was under consideration. And Reuters first reported the White House effort to develop vaccine requirements earlier this morning. Thousands of people have been evacuated in a fast-moving California wildfire, and several homes have burned down. This is northeast of Sacramento in Northern California on Wednesday, generating a towering plume of smoke visible from at least 70 miles away. The so-called river fire scorched about 1,400 acres in Placer and Nevada counties, with 1,000 acres burnt in the first 2 hours, the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection said. The river fire was less than 100 miles south of the enduring Dixie Fire, which according to CAL FIRE, has consumed 278,000 acres and was only 35% contained 3 weeks after it started. So social media images now show, the Dixie Fire has having destroyed multiple structures in one section of Greenville, a town of about 800 people in Plumas County. And speaking of that, let's get to California news. For some Bay Area school districts, police on campus is now a thing of the past. As students return to school in the coming weeks, campuses will look different for many students, and not just because of COVID-19. While most students were learning from home during the 2021 school year, a number of Bay Area districts sever ties with their local police departments and school resource officers. Sparked by the social justice movement, and especially after the death of George Floyd, school districts were feeling the pressure to keep cops off their campuses. For a lot of parents, it's rather complicated. But according to the non-profit Justice Policy Institute, as of December 2020, school districts in West Contra Costa, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Altos, and Fremont ended their school resource officer programs. The list now includes South Bay's largest school district, San Jose Unified, which has about 30,000 students. And I'm very proud to say, Altobaba, that I am part of a Parents for Change cohort, which advocated for this.
Very good. So
for the ending of having police on campus, right? So now let's tell you about the Delta Plus variants, Bandajan. This is disturbing as a number of people in the Bay Area diagnosed with the Delta variant of the COVID-19 increases. There is a new threat, the Delta Plus variants. Cases have already been confirmed. Guess where?
Where?
In the South Bay.
Oh my goodness.
The Santa Clara County Public Health Department is now sequencing every COVID-19 case from every hospital in the county, meaning it's tracking down which variant of COVID-19 each case is. So far, officials have detected 16 cases of mutated Delta variants known as the Delta Plus. So they're saying that it is safe to assume that it is mutating here. It's not yet known if the current vaccines are offering protection against the Delta Plus variant. So mask up, Banajan. San Francisco General is offering supplemental shots to anyone who took the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccines by giving them a different shot. The idea is controversial, with some calling them boosters, even though San Francisco General just says that that's not the case. I'm just really against anyone sticking me over and over again, says one resident of San Jose. She received the J&J vaccine and now she doesn't want to take another vaccine, but like some others, they have wondered if J&J was the right choice because many people are saying that it's not effective against the Delta variant. In other news, Moderna says that third dose of its COVID-19 vaccine will be needed before winter. Vaccine maker Moderna believes that people who receive 2 doses of their COVID-19 vaccine will need a third dose before winter as a booster shot. The company said that they are working on a single shot that will provide an annual booster for COVID-19 as well as flu and the respiratory condition RSV. We believe that the increased force of infection resulting from Delta, non-pharmaceutical intervention, fatigue, and seasonal effects of moving indoors will lead to an increase of breakthrough infections in vaccinated individuals, the company said in an investor presentation posted to its website. Now, that raises eyebrows, doesn't it? Because it's almost like it's a money-making racket.
It is, right? Isn't it?
I don't know. That's the way it seems, at least. And of course, there's also air quality advisory. The Bay Area Air Quality Management District has issued an air quality advisory for Thursday and Friday because of wildfire smoke that is expected to be visible in parts of the region. The smoke is coming from McFarland, Monument, and River Complex fires further north in California and is expected to stay aloft and not be unhealthy to people in the Bay Area, according to the Air District. In news from across the world, Bandajan, some headlines for you are that, let me see, my computer is still loading. You remember that Belarusian sprinter?
Who got seek refuge in the Polish government?
Kristina Simanuskaya decided to defect as she was being driven to a Tokyo airport because her grandmother told her that it was not safe to return home to Belarus.
All these grannies, I tell you, seriously.
In an exclusive interview with Reuters in Warsaw on Thursday, she said her family feared that she would be sent to a psychiatric ward if she went back to Belarus and that her grandma had called her and told her not to return. In news from Israel, an Israeli aircraft strike rocket launch sites in Lebanon. Military is saying that they've actually Israeli jets struck what its military said were rocket launch sites in Lebanon early on Thursday in response to 2 rockets that were fired towards Israel from the Lebanese territory. And in news from Iran, a hardline cleric, Raisi, has been sworn in as the Iranian president amid tensions with the West. President Biden is going to offer temporary safe haven to Hong Kong residents in the United States. And wife of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny has delivered borscht and cherries in a 3-day prison visit to her husband. And in news from India, Bandajan, let us tell you, headlines from there are that External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's Tehran visit is significant for its timing during this Afghanistan tension that's happening. And of course, Article 370's abrogation anniversary. There is no other choice but to resist to exist, says Mehbooba Mufti. The People's Democratic Party president led a street protest in Srinagar on the 2nd anniversary of the centre's decision to end J&K's special status. And in the Tokyo Olympics, Indian hockey ends the 41-year wait for Olympic medal. The Indian men's 12th Olympics medal in hockey, the highest in Games history, but the first after the gold medal in Moscow in 1980. They got the bronze. What's more, Indian women's team will also play for bronze against Great Britain on August 6th. So that's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Bay for the news. Here is the beautiful Kanika Kira that our Altu Baba has lined up. Want to tell us more about it?
It's a song for the make Jum Barabar Banjan, Shankar's on Lois, composition, Shankar's voice. It's all about asking you to dance and not worry about things, Banjan.
हर चोट मजा देती है, जीने की सजा देती है रब्बा।
Well, that's life, बद्दीजान. हर चोट मजा देती है, जीने की सजा देती है. No, उल्टा देती है actually. I just said उल्टा actually. But again, the bolt, of course, you know, it is Jawad Akhtar Saab. And इसी के साथ हम लोग बोलने वाले हैं आप लोगों को बद्दीजान. Have a wonderful, actually terrific Thursday. We'll see you in the evening live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show.
जलावे मोमबत्तियां, उड़ती उड़ती अखियों के लड़ गए पैंचे लड़ गए वे, ठीक लगा के झूम 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 बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम।
Hi, this is Shankar.
Hi, this is Ehsan.
Hi, this is Lloyd.
And you're listening to Radio D Hotties.
मजा आ रहा है ना?